Welcome to the longest running quiz show in the area. Categories. High school students compete to answer questions on topics from art to science, history to current events. And now, here's your categories host, John Bartell.
Hi, welcome to Categories. Today we're going to bring you a great game, I promise you, between the Blue Valley North Mustangs and the Blue Valley Northwest Huskies. Let's go ahead and meet our contestants. First from North.
I'm James, and I'm a senior. I'm Michael, I'm also a senior.
I'm Austin, and I'm a senior.
I'm Jake, I too am a senior.
I'm Ganesh, and I'm a junior.
And our contestants from Northwest.
I'm Dan, I'm a senior.
I'm Abik, I'm also a senior.
I'm Alec, I'm a senior.
I'm Ben, I'm a freshman.
I'm Evan, I'm a senior.
All right, Ganesh and Ben, I hope you guys don't feel the extra pressure of being on two senior-laden teams. All right, here we go. In categories, in the first round, we will take turns answering questions. If a team responds correctly, they earn a point. If they respond incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal. Before we started taping, we did a coin toss. It was won by the Mustangs. So North, here is the first category. It is general knowledge. Relay runners, drum majors, and conductors all use various types of what? Ganesh.
Baton.
Batons, very good. Huskies, over to you with world history. What Soviet leader forced the collectivization of agriculture, steered his nation through World War II, and won control? Dan.
Joseph Stalin.
It is Stalin. Back to you, North. This time it's art. What name is given to the cutout cardboard border which is placed around a picture to display it? Ganesh?
A frame.
Cannot accept frame. Huskies, chance to steal this art question. What name is given to the cutout cardboard border which is placed around a picture to display it? Dan?
A mat.
It's a mat. Very good. Huskies, coming back to you for the next question is word origins. Does the word archaeology come from Latin, Greek, Hebrew, or Sanskrit? Alec.
Greek.
It is Greek. Mustangs, back to you with science. What is the name of a three-dimensional image produced by laser light? Austin.
A hologram?
Hologram. Current events, over to you, Northwest. Name the former president of Egypt who was cleared of criminal charges in killing of protesters during the 2011. Dan?
Hosni Mubarak.
That's the one we're looking for. Very good. Back to you, North, with geography. It is any area where the ground is saturated with water, but where the surface of the ground is not deeply submerged. Name this ecological feature found in the southeast United States, among other places. Austin?
A basin?
Cannot accept a basin. Huskies, chance to steal this geography category. It is an area where the ground is saturated with water, but where the surface of the ground is not deeply submerged. Name this ecological feature found in the southeast United States, among other places. Abik.
A marsh?
It is not a marsh, it's a swamp. A swamp. Sometimes the obvious answer is the one to go with. All right, Huskies, we're going back to you with literature. In which of these novels did a 16-year-old boy who was expelled from school go to New York City to find himself? Is it A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, A Separate Piece, The Sun Also Rises, or Catcher in the Rye? Dan.
Catcher in the Rye.
Catcher in the Rye. Coming back to you, North, with mythology. Zeus courted Leda in the form of a swan, and from their liaison was born a girl who became the most beautiful woman in the world. Who was she? Mike?
Aphrodite.
It is not Aphrodite. Huskies, chance to steal this mythology question. Zeus courted Leda in the form of a swan, and from their liaison was born a girl who became the most beautiful woman in the world. Who was she? Dan.
Helen of Troy.
It is Helen of Troy. Huskies, coming back to you. This time you have a math question focusing on geometry. If each edge of a cube were tripled, by how much would the volume increase? Abik?
27.
27. Coming back to you, North, cycling is the category, sports cycling. The biggest source of air drag on any bicycle, excluding the rider, is what? Ganesh?
The handlebars.
Cannot accept the handlebars. Huskies, chance to steal this sports cycling category. The biggest source of air drag on any bicycle, exclusive of the rider, is what? Alec?
The helmet.
Cannot accept the helmet. We're looking for the spokes in the wheels. Huskies, we are coming back to you with economics as the category. Give the term for the unexpected profit from a business, gaining huge profits without working for them. Time on that. Over to you, Mustangs. Chance to steal this economics category. Give the term for an unexpected profit from a business, gaining huge profits without working for them. Ganesh?
Windfall.
It is a windfall. Back to you, North, with U.S. government. The Supreme Court based its Miranda decision on 2 amendments to the Constitution. The 5th Amendment protects persons from testifying against themselves. Which amendment guarantees a defendant's right to an attorney? Jake?
The 6th Amendment.
We can accept that. We can accept that. 6th Amendment is correct. Going back to you, Huskies, U.S. history of population, wealth, and quality of commanders. Those are your 3 choices. What is the one advantage that the South had in the Civil War? Evan?
Quality of commanders.
That's the one we're looking for. Back to you, Mustangs, with fine arts theater. In the history of the American theater, what American play has been performed more than any other? Not in time. Huskies, chance to steal this fine arts theater question. In the history of the American theater, what American play has been performed more than any other? Dan?
Death of a Salesman.
It's not Death of a Salesman. It's Our Town. Our Town. Huskies, you have another fine arts question. This time it's with the cinema. Name the movie associated with this memorable line. What we've got here is a failure to communicate. Dan?
Cool Hand Luke.
Cool Hand Luke. Coming back to you, North. This time you have an economics question. The smallest U.S. denomination, it is the smallest U.S. denomination. It appears on no coins, just trading stamps and tax notices. What is it? Oh, time on that, Huskies. Chance to steal this economics category. The smallest of U.S. denominations, it appears on no coins, just trading stamps and tax notices. What is it? Alec?
10th of a cent.
Cannot accept 10th of a cent. It's a mill. A mill. Huskies, you get the next question, and it is spelling. Defined as to mock, ridicule, jeer at, or reproach scornfully. Spell taunt. Abik?
T-A-U-N-T.
That is correct. Mustangs, coming back to you, this time biology. Of the various species of Australian marsupials, which is the largest? Jake?
Kangaroo.
It is the kangaroo. Coming back to you, Huskies, a science question, but this time anatomy. A tendon is a body cord that connects muscle to the bone. What is the thickest and strongest tendon in the human body? Ben?
The Achilles tendon.
It is the Achilles tendon. World geography, back to you, Mustangs. Between what 2 major oceans does Australia lie? Jake?
Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean.
Those are the two. Back to you, Northwest. Current events. 5 players from which NFL team came out in a hands-up, don't-shoot pose before their home game? Abik.
The St. Louis Rams.
It is the St. Louis Rams. Back to you, North. Shakespeare is the question. What means over there, as in Romeo's but soft, what light line? James.
Thither.
Can accept thither. Huskies, you have a chance to steal this Shakespearean English category. What means over there, as in Romeo's but soft, what light? Dan?
Yonder.
Yonder. Yonder. Coming back to you, Huskies, with ancient cultures. In ancient Egypt, for what was a bath of natron followed by a wrap of linen and spice used? Dan?
Mummification.
Mummification. Mustangs, math is the category. What is the correct name for the statistic which results from summing the scores made on a test and dividing the total by the number of individuals who took the test? Michael.
The average.
The average or the mean? Huskies, coming back to you. This time it's sports, specifically football. It may be hard to believe that a rough and tough NFL team displays a flower on their helmet. But what team does display a flower on their helmet? Coming back to you, Mustangs, for a chance to steal this sports football question. It may be hard to believe that a rough and... James.
New Orleans Saints.
New Orleans Saints with the fleur-de-lis. Coming back to you, North, with fine arts composers. Giuseppe Verdi is best known Italian opera composer of the Romantic era. Name the most famous German opera composer of the... Jake.
Wagner.
It is Wagner. Huskies, fine arts for you, but this time painters. In what century did Rembrandt live and work? Dan?
The 17th century.
It is the 17th century, 1600s. Mustangs, coming back to you, U.S. history. Through her letters to her husband, a delegate at the Second Continental Congress, what woman expressed hope that American independence... Jake.
Abigail Adams.
Abigail Adams, nice job. Huskies, general knowledge, this time Proverbs. What common proverb is camouflaged in these words? Here we go. A feathered biped in the terminal part of the arm equals... Dan?
A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
That is true. You eliminated me from saying shrubbery. I was a little... That's okay. That's all right. Coming back to you, North. Science, earth science to be exact. Where on the surface of the Earth is gravity the weakest? Is it the equator, the North Pole, or the Tropic of Cancer? Ganesh.
The North Pole.
I cannot accept that. Huskies, chance to steal this earth science question. Where on the surface of the Earth is gravity the weakest? Is it the equator, the North Pole, or the Tropic of Cancer? Abik?
The equator.
It is the equator. And with that siren, that does denote the end of our first half with a score of Blue Valley Northwest 17, Blue Valley North 10. As we head into this part of our program, we're going to have a campus update from a representative from each squad. And it looks like, Michael, you have been selected by the Mustangs to give the Blue Valley North campus update.
Yeah, a number of our students qualified as all-district musicians. Both of our basketball seasons also started, in our girls team kicked off the season with a W. Our swim team just had like a devastating win over 2 other teams. I think we won by like 200 points. So another good deal there. And our debate team actually also did very well at their last tournament. A couple of people qualified for the national tournament. And we're also students are also rehearsing for the musical Big Fish. So yeah,
Fantastic.
It's going good.
All right, awesome stuff. And Dan, you are giving us the update about the Huskies. So what's happening over at Northwest?
In the Topeka High School statewide debate tournament, one of our debate pairings got 4th out of 50 teams to receive an award. Our winter sports are now in full swing with the regular season starting for both boys and girls basketball this week. And recently, 6 Northwest soccer players were placed on the all-state team, a record number for us. And in total, 22 fall sport athletes received either all league, district, or state honors this year.
Fantastic. That's a high number for any school to put 6 on an all-state team. That's pretty impressive. Great stuff going on at both schools. As we head into our second round, it's the lightning round, which traditionally we start off with our look and listen question, in which we will display a picture here and have audio piped into the studio for our contestants, and will be displayed at home. The look and listen question is worth 2 points. And just a reminder to contestants, when someone rings in, we are not allowed to rewind the video. We have to go from where we stop. And you may answer the question at any time after I'm finished reading the question. So here we go with our look and listen question. Name the painter, sculptor, printmaker, ceramicist, stage designer whose work is displayed here. Jake.
Picasso.
It is Picasso, so 2 points to you guys. As we continue here with the rest of the lightning round, questions are placed on the floor for either team to answer. If they respond correctly, they earn a point. If they respond incorrectly, the other team still gets a chance to steal. So both teams, U.S. geography is the category. Manhattan is, of course, a part of New York City. But in what large U.S. city is there a suburb called Manhattan Beach? Alec.
Chicago.
It is not Chicago. Mustangs, chance to steal this U.S. geography question. Manhattan, of course, is part of New York City. But in what large U.S. city is there a suburb called Manhattan Beach? Ganesh?
Miami.
It is not Miami, it's Los Angeles. Los Angeles. I think they even mentioned it in a Beach Boys song. All right, here we go. World geography. World geography this time. Which of the following countries does not border Israel? Is it Egypt, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, or Syria? Jake.
Syria.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Huskies, chance to steal this world geography question. In which of the following countries does not border Israel? Is it Egypt, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, or Syria? Abik.
Jordan.
I'm sorry, that is also incorrect. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia. Fine arts theaters for both teams. In which of Edna Ferber's works did the Cotton Blossom ply the Mississippi River under the command of Captain Andy Hawks? Dan.
Showboat.
Showboat, you got it. Music terminology for both teams. What term is given to an artificially high singing voice above the range of a tenor? Austin.
An alto?
Cannot accept alto. Dan.
A countertenor.
Cannot accept countertenor. We're looking for falsetto. Falsetto. Guys were fired up about that one. All right, here we go. Science for both teams. Used in some nuclear reactors, deuterium oxide is commonly called what? Abik.
Uranium.
Cannot accept uranium. Mustangs, chance to steal the science category. Used in some nuclear reactors, deuterium oxide is commonly called what? Austin.
So water?
I cannot accept that. I'm sorry. We're looking specifically for heavy water. Heavy water. Both teams, here we go. How do you spell apartheid? James.
A-P-A-R-T-H-E-I-D.
That's it. Very good. Economics for both teams. Both teams, here we go. Which of these assets, buildings, cash, inventory, patents, would be considered financially intangible? Alec.
Patents.
Patents. Sports for both teams. A race where 2 horses finish in a tie for any position is called what? James.
A dead heat.
Dead heat. Nice job. Literary terminology for both teams. In Alice Walker's The Color Purple, what form does the narrative take? James.
Stream of consciousness.
I cannot accept that. Huskies, chance to steal this literary terminology. In Alice Walker's The Color Purple, what form does the narrative take? Epistolary, which means it was formed in letters. Vocabulary for both teams. Identify the word that not only refers to one of the powers of the mind, but also to an entire teaching and administrative force of a university. Alec?
Faculty.
Faculty. General knowledge, acronyms. The VFW is an organization of Americans who once... Ben?
The Veterans of Foreign Wars.
Veterans of Foreign Wars is what we're looking for. U.S. geography. Which southern lake ranks second in size to Lake Michigan among freshwater lakes entirely within the United States? Oh, time on that one. Lake Okeechobee. European history for both teams. When she was 3, her mother was beheaded at the order of her father's councils. Abik.
Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth. Science, chemistry for both teams. This element has a relative density of 7.14. It has an atomic weight of 65.37 and an atomic number of 30. Name it. Abik?
Iron.
It is not iron. Mustangs, chance to steal this chemistry question. This element has a relative density of 7.14. It has an atomic weight of 65. Ganesh.
Aluminum?
It is not aluminum, it's zinc. Zinc. World geography for both teams. What European city is serviced by Marco Polo Airport? James.
Venice.
It is Venice. Nice job. Religious history for both teams. How many kings ruled Israel before King David? Jake.
2.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Dan.
1.
1. Music for both teams. What is the primary difference between a piano and a harpsichord? James.
A piano has hammers which strike the strings, and a harpsichord, the strings are plucked.
Very good. That's exactly what we were looking for. Presidential history. It's a fairly long question, so please pay attention. On January 20th, new presidents are sworn in as prescribed by the Constitution. However, until the 20th Amendment changed it, inauguration date was March 4th. Who was the last president to be inaugurated on March 4th? Dan.
Herbert Hoover.
I'm sorry, it's not Hoover. Mustangs, chance to steal this presidential history question. On January 20th, new presidents are sworn in as prescribed by the Constitution. However, until the 20th Amendment changed it, the inauguration date was March 4th. Michael.
Calvin Coolidge.
It was not Coolidge, it was Franklin Roosevelt. Franklin Roosevelt. European history for both teams. Beyond national loyalties, who were the opponents in the 30 Years' War? The Catholics and the Protestants. Catholics and the Protestants. Film for both teams. In the 2005 version of the film, The Longest Yard, Adam Sandler plays the part that originated in 1974 by what actor? Dan.
Burt Reynolds?
It is Burt Reynolds. General knowledge. Give the name of the printing process, meaning writing with stone, that is based on the chemical principle that water and oil repel each other. Alec.
Engraving.
That is not engraving. Mustangs, chance to steal this general knowledge question. Give the name of the printing process, meaning writing with stone, that is based on the chemical principle that water and oil repel each other. Ganesh.
Calligraphy?
It is not calligraphy, it's lithography. Lithography. History, this time currency. The English gold pieces were worth 20 to 21 shillings and were authorized, this is a quote, in the name and for the use of the Company of Royal Adventurers of England trading with Africa. Identify these coins named for a West African nation. Dan.
The Guinea.
It is the Guinea. Current events for both teams. Pope Francis made a 3-day trip to what mainly Muslim country in an effort to foster peace and interfaith cooperation? Ganesh.
Egypt.
It is not Egypt. Huskies, chance to steal this current events question. Pope Francis made a 3-day trip to what mainly Muslim country in an effort to foster peace and interfaith cooperation? Abik.
Iraq.
It is not Iraq. It's Turkey. Turkey. Science, archaeology for both teams. Scientists at the American Museum of Natural History in New York said there is strong evidence that the duck-sized dinosaur found in China had what covering its body? Probably for insulation. James.
Feathers.
Feathers. World geography for both teams. Name any one of the former Soviet Union's trans-Caucasian republics. James.
Estonia.
It is not Estonia. Huskies, chance to steal world geography category. Name any one of the former Soviet Union's trans-Caucasian republics. Evan.
Georgia.
Georgia, very good. Armenia and Azerbaijan was the other. Literature for both teams. In 1939, Ernest Vincent wrote a 50,000-word novel titled Gadsby without including what letter of the alphabet? Alec.
E.
E, very good. With that siren, that does denote the end of our game with a score of Blue Valley Northwest 27, Blue Valley North 17. Please join us again here on Categories next time as we continue to bring you the best and brightest minds of high school students all throughout Johnson County.